Hey everybody, welcome back to Fixing Things. Today we're installing things. Welcome back to Installing Things with Pastor Bill. Well, you've seen it on the title. I got another one of those Confort Air mini split systems. I installed one already on my little addition in the back, and that thing has been working great. So I decided to buy another one to install in my garage. Now, this one is a little bigger. This one is a 18,000 BTU. It's a 1.5 ton unit. It's a 220 unit. The other one is a 110 unit, only burns about 7.5 amps at its max load. And I ran a load test on it. It never got over 5 amps, never. So I don't know when it's supposed to get up to 7. Maybe they tested it to the extreme. I just got done putting the insulation in. I still got a little bit on the walls, but this thing came in yesterday, and today I'm putting it up on this episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. All right, so when you're ordering one of these little mini splits, don't just go for the smallest, right? And you might do that if you got one little dinky room. But what you do is they're rated for square footage. So when you're going to buy, like I bought mine on eBay. It literally came within the week. I bought it on eBay. So when you're on eBay, there's a listing on how many square feet the system will handle comfortably, right? With no problem. So then you want to go just a hair bigger. So that's what I did. So this is this is how the unit comes. It comes in 2 boxes. 1, 2, and they're fairly simple. It's got a mounting plate inside it. You want to make sure you follow the instructions. You don't set the mounting plate exactly level. It's got to be just slightly downhill, on the side where the penetration goes through the wall. That way the water will go down and out the drain tube. So we're going to get ready to open this thing up and see what it's got, because I got to get everything together, because tomorrow morning we're going to, me and you, we're going to install this thing. All right, so the way the last one worked was, it was the inside unit that got the power. So it comes with the batteries and the remote and the instructions. And it does have a power cord, a 220 power cord. Looks like 15 to 20 amp. I may plug it in. I may have that receptacle. Let's put these where I won't lose them. Probably lose them right there. All right, so here's the backing plate. The backing plate is held on by 1 screw. Just push, there's a little plastic tab. Just push in on the plastic tab. So here's the drain tube. And here's the line sets. All right, so now we're going to install that bracket, but I want to pre-measure where my hole is going to be. So from the edge of the bracket, I got 5 inches to the center. And then pretty much level with the bottom of this thingy here. All right, I switched it instead of a 2-inch to a 3-inch because I forgot we still got another wire that has to go outside. And I did the same thing to the other unit too. I put a 2-inch on it first, and then I switched it to a 3-inch. All right. Getting dark out. I think we're gonna pick up on this in the morning. We still got to run a 3/4 inch conduit all the way around and put a junction box right over here, run the wires to it, and cut the cord end off and hardwire it into the box. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the AM. Well, it's the next day. I think it's time to get this thing up on the wall, but before we do that, we got to open up the other box to get the wire that feeds the outside unit. That way we got to hook it in so we can stick it all through that 3-inch hole. So here's our electrical wires. They come colored, and on the unit it has color coding and shows you where those wires go. Same, one side goes to the unit and one side goes to the inside unit, one side goes to the outside unit. So behind this cover is where you make your electrical connections. You feed the wire up through and then make your connections. Should be a little clamp in there. This is the first time I've opened this unit up. All right, so right here is your diagram for your colors, and they're numbered. I got to put my glasses on to see it. And then right down here, let me zoom you in. These are your connections right here. So it's got 1, 2 is your neutral. 3 says ground. 4 and 5. You don't have to go by the indicators or neutral or whatever here. You just got to go with the color codes that are on this. They do this in case you're using this head unit with a different base and it didn't provide the right colors. But this is the system that is made for it, and that's your colors right there. So you got your brown, goes on number 1, your blue, yellow, green, gray, and black. You do the same thing right here. So number 1 is brown. So I'm going to go ahead and wire these up using these wires right here. And that's done. It's now ready to get put up on a wall. And that's it for the inside unit, except for I got to run a conduit all the way around and get power to it. All right, so here we are. Here's the stuff hanging out the back of my garage, and the wire comes down to the ground. You see that we have plenty of wire, and we'll make us a little pad right here. This is just an old shelf piece. I use the same thing on the one on the front, and I got a pile of gravel over there Then we're going to take the 5-gallon bucket, make us a nice level pad right here. So the line set, the wire will come down and connect right into the unit, right about there where my blue hoe is. So we'll make a pad. We'll make a pad just like this to this. Ah, that looks good, right? So now we got a pad to set the unit on. We got the wire hanging down. Now we just got to get the pad up there, hook the wires up, hook the line sets up, and start vacuuming the lines out. We do have to put a little bit of sealer on the ends when we make the connections, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the unit put out here. Yeah, we can just put the unit out here like this. Oh, look at that. That looks good. So now all we gotta do is there's some little tabs on it on all 4 sides, and we're gonna use washers and screws that don't rust and anchor it to that little platform. I got my lay it down device here. So we're going to take this cover off and this cover off now. This one should be held on with just 1 screw. You don't want to lose the screw, so put it back in your cover. And in your cover, it's got your color-coded wire diagram. Just like we did on the inside, we're going to look at our colors. So according to this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here also. So number 1 is brown. Now we're on to the line sets. Alright, so these are where you make your connections. This is where you hit your testing, and this is where you turn it on. And up there is where we make our other 2 connections. Now, this system is already filled with Freon. We're going to have to vacuum the lines out, and I will show you how to do that here shortly. Alright, I think we're ready. Got my wrenches up there, thread sealer. When you may not have to, but it's thread sealer is an extra bonus on making sure your connections don't leak. The molecules that are in the Freon are really teeny, and air may not escape, but the Freon could escape. So the molecules are really small. Thread sealer is a extra stuff. This is a liquid thread sealer. It's used for HVAC, or you can get it online on eBay. That's where I got it. FedEx. FedEx bringing project parts. They know where to put it. All right, so let's do this. All right, first thing we want to do is we want to get these things bent in the down position. You don't want to kink them. You don't want to kink them, but you want to get them down. So gently bend them. So like I said, the system is under pressure. They put nitrogen in the lines. Even though that's a plastic fitting, it's usually fairly hard. Well, not now. Scares me. We'll zip tie these up. Let's get down to the bottom here. Now we're down on the unit, and here's our connections. It's these gray caps, and my little line is on the bottom, so we'll grab the little line first. right, we got that all done. Now we need to hook up the vacuum to it. So on this line here, there's a little Schrader valve in there, and I got a kit to hook it up. Gotta have a pump and the kit. So this side hooks to the All right, we're gonna let this thing draw down for a while. We'll come out and check it periodically. It's gonna take it a while to get down to 300 microns or below. I think you only got to get it, I don't know, whatever, 500, but we'll get it down there. We're at 3,000 something now, so we're almost there to letting loose the Freon into it. And we'll get back. We'll show you how to do that too. So now we'll go inside and bend some conduits and run the electric while this thing is pumping. It's already down to 290 microns. She's sucking hard now. We're down to 285. Okay, we're about ready to let the Freon go. They say you crack the Freon, then take the valve off. I got ridiculed on the last time that I did it. So we're gonna crack the Freon. We're not gonna boost it. We're gonna do the one that's the farthest away from the pump, so it's going through the system. So let's crack the Freon. And there we go. All right, I got it wired. I got it in the panel. I got the panel put back together, the breaker's wired. Next thing to do is put the batteries in the remote. Probably a good thing to do is to put this on a mount somewhere. I'll probably put it over by my light switch or something when the time comes. All right, quiet display. I don't see nothing. Oh, power. Power off. All right, let's hit the breaker. I hope that I didn't hear the swish of the Freon going in the line when I did it. I'm hoping it has Freon in it. Maybe my little pump was drowning it out. I hope that's the case. I heard a beep. Let's come over to the... I see a 61 degrees up there and the fan's on. All right, let's turn this on. It's set for 24 Celsius. I have no idea what Celsius is. Go down to 22. I have no idea what Celsius is. There's a way to change the settings on this thing. It may be working. Let's go out back and see what the unit's doing. All right, I don't hear the unit is not running. Maybe I need to double check the wiring on this thing. You know, like carpenters, they say measure twice. Oh, whoa. Boom. Maybe just had to wait for a minute. All right, now I'm gonna put my hand on the... feeling cold air, cold on the one pipe. I think it's working. Let's go inside. You'll know it's working when the water starts coming out the drain pipe. Okay, it seems to be blowing cool air. I'm sure it's going to take a little bit to cool this building down. One of the things you'll need to do, depending on where you live, is set your remote to Fahrenheit or Celsius. So don't throw your instructions away because it tells you how to do it. On this type of remote, you press the up and the down button at the same time holding it for like 5 to 6 seconds or so, and then you'll see the display change. And then when you change the temperature one time, it changes it on the unit. So I'll probably find a good place to mount the remote, probably on my toolbox. I think that's a good spot for it, on my toolbox. Oh, yeah. Oh, I need this so bad. So I gotta change the breaker. But I was expecting it to be a 30 amp, and the breaker that I bought is a 30 amp. And this 30 amp one here is for the compressor that's gonna be outside, and probably that's gonna be a 110 20 amp for now anyways. Might upgrade that compressor motor and compressor. Roger gave me one. Thank you very much, Roger. It's good to have good friends and family. But the unit is working. I didn't show it to you because I have plenty of content on bending conduit, but we added this piece of orange pipe, scrap orange pipe, to a scrap black 3/4 inch EMT to a box, and I pigtailed the receptacle into it. Now usually you run a 20 amp 220 receptacle plug on it so you can have a means of disconnect, but this unit is line sight to the breaker panel, so you don't need to. You just go hit it. That in case something happens. I'm probably going to let this thing run for a while just to see what it does, see how chilly it gets up in here. Come out and check it later, but it's working. It's working. So I guess we can go outside and check the. You don't need to see that. All right, hey. We installed the mini split today. How long did it take? Well, it took probably a good 6 hours. I'm gonna say 6 hours. Probably the hardest thing to do is drilling the hole going outside, making my struts to hold it up, and putting the unit up and going over. I seen girls doing this. The only thing you want to do if you're doing this yourself as a must is you have to run a vacuum pump on your system, and you got to use one of those micrometers that gets down to the microns. I got it down to 280 microns. It helped the vacuum. Usually if you have a leak, it would only go down to what the pump can pump at the leak level. So let's say it goes down to 1500 microns. If it goes down to 1500 microns and it won't go down to at least 500, you got a leak. You got a leak. Mine went down to 200, like I said, about 285 microns, and it stayed there for a good 45, 50 minutes. It was good. We released the Freon into the lines, and it's working. It's working. We'll check it. This winter is going to be nice. It's going to be, instead of working on projects out there in the freezing temperatures, we can work on projects in here in the heat, or in here in the summer in the AC. Now I just gotta finish the insulation. Oh, man, this is nice. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. This is a milestone for me. Having a garage with AC and heat in it is nice. This summer has been unbearable in here. Look, even my puppies like it, don't you? She's shaking. She's usually not used to being It's okay, baby. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. They're usually not in here. It's okay. Come here. Come here. Yeah, good girl. They'll get used to it. They'll get used to being in here working with me. I say, Polly, go get me a Phillips screwdriver. Penny, yeah, baby, go get me a 9/32 wrench. Give me a deep well socket. Fire up the plasma cutter. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Oh, that feels good on my back. God bless each and every one of you. Hey, like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I can't compete with all those young girls that do these things in bikinis. You wouldn't want to see me in a bikini. But I will show you the right way and correct way to do stuff, and maybe even show you some shortcuts on doing stuff. All I know is my AC works. God bless you. I'll see you on the next Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. Hey, we're going to be putting in an SE. It's called a service entrance to Roger's and Nancy's trailer. And we're going to be putting the pedestal post next week. We're going to be putting the meter base on there. And we're going to be doing all that stuff. Running the line to the inside the panel, checking the panel, make sure the panel is set for a sub panel, because now the panel inside the trailer will be a sub panel, and there'll be another panel outside, a waterproof panel, that will be the primary on next Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. Hey, God bless you. That AC right there. Oh, I can feel it. Oh yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. It's actually chilly on my legs. God bless you.